Tuesday night at 7:40 p.m. But we are bound and determined to get this podcast done today.
Yep, we are.
You didn't sound near as motivated.
I mean, for real. Yep, we are.
Make sure you're scooted up to the phone. I mean the microphone. I mean our high fancy sound equipment.
For real. The original iPhone.
How's your week been?
Busy.
Bad.
What
It's
have you
been
done?
bad. Nothing. You just helped. You've just been a helper. You've had a bad week, bless your heart.
No.
You know why you had a bad week?
Why?
I did.
That's all you, though. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about all of that, but
It was a tough week.
yeah, it's a pretty tough week, but it's okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
What'd you do for Valentine's Day?
I did a wonderful rehearsal.
I was there for about 8 minutes.
You were out.
And then I was out. So, for our lovely listeners who are not my friends, I had a tragic accident on Wednesday.
Tell them what happened. Tell it ain't so. Say it ain't so. I said, tell it ain't so.
Tell it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. It's
I
so.
broke my shoulder.
Well, we don't know if it's broken.
Yes, we do.
Look at you. Is that...
Like, I literally have the medical report right here that says diagnosis. Hold on. It says, listen, this is why people can't mess with me. I have receipts.
I mean,
when I say something, fracture of scapula and acromion of scapula.
Oh, that just means a fracture.
And then it says fall from ground level. You know what's sad? They have to put fall from ground level. Like, she didn't fall off the third story.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, I guess that there's a reason, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you'll hear, like, a licking sound, it would be my dog in the background, who is seriously into his paw right now. Brian.
Leave that dog alone.
He's going to live his best life.
Hey, y'all got a podcast. Leave me alone.
So, it was a tough week for me. I will publicly thank you. You helped me a lot. And I will publicly thank my mom and dad because I didn't sleep for 4 days?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 4 days, yeah.
And I was losing my mind. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't go that long without sleeping for more than, like, I would sleep for like 10 minutes and then I would move and then I was awake because it hurt. And then because it hurt. And FYI, I don't take pain medication. I just will do like ibuprofen and Tylenol. Mm-hmm. Because with everything going on nowadays, that kind of stuff scares me. Like, I don't need to be 44 with a pill problem.
Listen, I was all about take that pill.
And I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. Can you remove my nerves?
I was like,
But anyway, so it has been tough because pain management has been Motrin and Tylenol alternating, ice.
Right.
That kind of thing. I was supposed to have an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon on Monday. It is now Tuesday, as we've said. They lost power on Monday, so it has been moved till tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I'm very excited, although my mom lovingly tells me today, they are not going to be able to do anything tomorrow. Like, more than likely, you know that, right? They're going to do something.
Even if it's give you answers.
No, they're going to do something.
And they're going to give you more than give you answers.
That's right. Or I ain't leaving. Like, I ain't leaving if they don't help.
I'm going to call them. Y'all better come up with something.
Figure it out. Cut her nerves. But I'm like spontaneously sweat. That's fun with it.
Really?
Yeah. For like when it hurts, I'll spontaneously sweat. Man, he just yawned so big that we could have got a posse, went around in there. Like, who's that red? Mrs. Frizzle.
Who is Mrs. Frizzle?
The Magic School Bus. Remember that little lady?
No.
Oh, that was after your time.
Okay.
He just opened his mouth real bad and it made me want to get on the Magic School, or real big, and it made me want to get on the Magic School Bus and like go and explore his esophagus.
Like,
it was before you. Like, before your age. It was like in my age group, the Magic School Bus.
Oh, that wasn't too far.
You ever heard of Mrs. Frizzle?
No.
Red curly hair. She drove a bus. Went to people's bodies.
I watched Super Friends.
Never heard of it.
Dun, dun, dun,
that's because it was before my time.
No.
You said no. It was.
It wasn't.
I'm younger than you.
So?
It's okay.
Why you like that? Y'all, she like it was only one season of these things.
Stop now. Don't touch my shoulder.
Like,
don't touch me.
I was like, you embracing being younger. You think it's only one season.
But first of all, let's talk embracing being younger. Literally, it's not nothing about embracing being younger. How about that halftime show?
What halftime show? Oh, Super Bowl.
Well, you said what halftime show?
You can find me
back.
in the club.
Mama, go what you need if you need to. I better stop.
Listen, that was a jam. Don't go somewhere.
When Snoop Dogg came out in his blue and he crip walked across the stage and he just grinning.
Why
he's
would
happy.
But listen, why when I saw Snoop Dogg with his outfit on, I wanted to go buy me a jumpsuit.
Why did my daughter, who is 18, say, "Did you see Snoop's outfit? I would totally wear that." She would. Think about that.
I believe it.
Yeah, she totally would. And I mean, can we talk about, like, first of all, Dr. Dre was not attractive when we were young.
Dum.
And look at him. He glowed up. He looks so good.
Dum.
Eminem looks so good. Healthy. Mary J. She got going into full squats in knee boots with a practical heel.
Yeah, you're right, with a practical heel. Don't know what that means, but I just feel
She
like
had a chunky heel on her shoe.
Yeah.
Because she's smart. She ain't stupid. She's like, listen, I'm cute and I got on big shoes. Listen, I was in recovery mode and in pain. But I'll tell you what, somewhere deep down, when I heard the
Eminem, don't.
No, what was the beginning? Well, listen, there's one angle if you watch it on the YouTubes. Where when Eminem comes up and you see Dr. Dre mixing in the background. I was like, iconic. I would actually, maybe I'll make art from that. Maybe I'll screenshot it, then print it, and then do one of my canvases from it. Ooh, I'm going to do that.
Oh.
When I have two arms.
Oh.
I don't know why you making fun of me. You're so hateful. For no reason. I've had a rough week. And which goes into, I need words of affirmation.
Don't.
Look, I didn't even mean to segue into that.
I mean, I know you didn't.
But that was a good one.
Throw it up. Mom, spaghetti. I'm sorry. I'm still in like Eminem. So when I need, I do. Of course you do. Of course. Duh.
Would you like to have a wrap off?
No.
Dr. Redding?
Listen, you ain't ready for this, girl. Listen.
I would win.
Listen.
There is not a doubt in my mind if we
had a wrap off, girl, please. It wouldn't be Dr. Redding. It'll be J Red coming to the scene.
Oh.
J Red.
Guess who would come to the scene? Me.
Exactly.
I don't need a new name.
And you would not. And you wouldn't even have it.
I would mop the floor with you.
You would not.
Oh, Lord.
You would not.
Lord.
Don't.
Michelle.
Get
your karaoke machine ready.
Michelle, I'm going to break that karaoke machine.
Cause what?
Because what?
I'll Instagram live it. You won't even know. I'll just prop it up at Michelle's and we'll have a wrap off.
Girl.
Did you like my hand signal with the one arm?
I mean with the arm.
I look like a tomahawk.
I was like, okay.
You know my mom, Nancy. Mommy, I'm sorry. Calling you out on this. And then we'll talk about what we're supposed to talk about. Did you know that my mom is an FSU fan? We're from Tennessee and she's an FSU fan, like legit.
Good for her.
Would you like to know why?
Why?
Because she likes the chant. She would watch the FSU games. Go Vols. She would root for FSU because she said she loves to do the tomahawk.
But you know what? I think it's more than that. I think, honestly...
Maybe she knew you were there and she felt the kindred connection
No,
somewhere.
it had nothing to do with me. I think it has to do with the winning program. Tennessee wasn't winning.
You mean FSU was?
Yes!
Okay, honey.
During that time, yes.
Darling.
Sorry.
What time? Because I gave a time frame of my mom doing this.
Listen.
Because
comparison to Tennessee to FSU?
Peyton Manning
really?
And who?
I mean, we ain't talking about 1919.
Now you're just being uneducated. It's fine.
Nah.
Go ahead.
Wow, y'all heard that?
Go ahead.
Go
ahead with that doctorate degree that ain't got nothing with football.
Football.
You're good at football.
I think I love football.
When you threw that today, so I was on the phone with him today to see when he would be here to record this. And you threw a football.
Yeah.
Was it? Well, I assume it was a football.
Yeah, it was.
Did you hit your target?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No.
Scale of 1 to 10. Discomfort?
No. Why would they have discomfort?
Everything hurts me right now, even standing.
I'm like, what are you doing with me?
All right, anyway, so tell me I'm pretty.
Wow.
That's basically the topic. Both of our secondary love languages were...
Words of affirmation.
Which means...
You tell me.
Tell me I'm pretty.
That's not words of affirmation.
That is actually. No, it really is.
Tell me I'm pretty.
It's a funny way of saying it.
It's called commanding.
No. But like in a funny way.
Right.
It's like, kiss me and tell me I'm pretty. Hold my hand and tell me you need me. Like, that's my love. Literally, that's who I am as a person. If, like, a text message for real. Today from my mom. Because she was like, I wish that you would get some relief from the shoulder. And she goes, I just hope you know that I love you so much. And I said, and I meant it. That's the best thing that you can give me. Just tell me that you love me so much.
Words of affirmation.
Why? Because that's my love language.
Yeah. You know, I wonder, speaking of that, because it is both of our second love language.
But close to the first.
Yeah. You know, you look at, again, I go back to like last week. Is it really because if we didn't get enough words of affirmation growing up, does that become our need in relationships and stuff like that?
Not for me, because now let me tell you 2 things that I remember. There was never a point. I always thought Brian just made me laugh because he just snorted. That was the dog. But there was never a point in my life that my parents never... Now, my dad would be rough, like, in sports. Like, he would tell me I didn't do good, or I needed to run harder, or I needed to... And I remember that still, too.
Right.
But they also told me that I was pretty, that I was brilliant, that I was capable of more than what I ever did. If I made a 98, Daddy would ask me where the other 2 points went. I kid you not. And I would be like, Daddy, I made a 98. I didn't get grounded or nothing like that. He would just ask me. He goes, did you learn what you missed?
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, what? And he goes, what question did you miss? Did you look to see what you missed? I was like, no. He goes, figure out what it is that you missed. Next time you won't miss it.
Yeah, true. There's a point to
like, you're capable of more. So do more. Yeah. If you miss something, that's fine. You can miss things. That's not an issue.
Right.
But you also have got to learn from your mistakes. Listen.
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to think that I'm full of crap. Like, I really had great parents.
I believe you.
No, I mean, like,
yeah.
Brian, we're recording.
He's really fine. I mean, why you leave that dog alone?
But, like, where it's like, I got that growing up. I was self-conscious because I was chubby. I was made fun of. Because, like, from 6th grade to 7th grade, I grew, like, 8 inches and maintained the same weight.
Right. So
I went from, like, 4'10" and 110 pounds to, like, 5'9" and 110 pounds.
And the weight distributes differently.
Right.
When you're tall.
So, it was... That was the dog. Sorry. It was... I don't think... Beyond, like, normal girl pressures.
Right.
Like, I didn't feel, air quote, bad about myself.
Right.
So, I don't think that necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, for words of affirmation. I think that, like, somewhere it's wired in my body to where I need people to tell me I'm worth it.
Right. Well,
like, and I'm okay. You know, like, even with Michelle, me and Michelle make fun of each other a lot with this one because she's that way too.
Right.
We're confident people, you know, like on a regular day, but like, hype me up.
Right.
Be my person. Like, I need to hear it.
Yeah.
I love to hear from my bosses, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And when they tell me that, I work harder.
Yeah.
You tell me I do something wrong, I shut down. You tell me I'm doing something great, and I'm going to do it 10,000 times more.
And I guess that's where I'm different. My thing is, if someone tells me I'm doing something wrong, I want to fix it. You know, I want to fix, okay, how, you know, what is it that's wrong that needs to be fixed? You know? And so that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But again, I wonder, I think I was different when I was younger. You know?
What do you mean?
And just, words of affirmation, I've always been, because I've always felt I wasn't good enough in anything, I've always felt that, you know, I needed to know or hear that I was okay. So, you know, so I never felt I was smart enough. I would just outwork you, you know. And it goes back to my elementary school years. And, you know, but even probably before then, but I know I stayed back in the first grade and I wasn't ready. And so I felt like I've always played from behind. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it was like, and I always have felt the need to prove myself, you know, and which can be unhealthy in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, but then I remember in 5th grade, me almost staying back. I stayed back in 1st grade, but I almost stayed back again in 5th grade, you know, and I was just hyper, ADD, all over the place, you know, and it wasn't,
but I think it's important to note right there, you were undiagnosed ADD.
Yeah. But
so that people would be like, you need to buckle down, you need to.
Mm-hmm. But also not having a dad at the house at that time, and I think that affected me also. So words of affirmation, like my mom would give it, you know. But you know, it was also then I wanted my dad around too, so I think that kind of affected me, you know. And so again, words of affirmation, because it was interesting when I got into 6th grade, and he just passed away recently, Jesse Ivory. When I attended Orange Center Elementary School, and when he got a hold of me, I started turning things around. It was like having his presence, you know, that, you know, he would, hello, son, you know, it was that deep voice, and he would provide a lot of structure in that classroom to set me up to succeed. Was hard on me, but also gave me words of affirmation. And so I knew then if I worked hard, I got words of affirmation. But then I didn't want to. But I was in 6th grade then, you know, and understand that oftentimes that your hard work is not going to always be noticed, and make sure that you're doing your hard work for the right reason. But that man, he saved my life at a very crucial time in my life. And that was in 6th grade, but words of affirmation. But it was so funny when I went to middle school, or junior high school, then it was, you know, had some great teachers there, and just, I had some great, who just really invested in me, and it was words of affirmation. So when I was in junior high school, there was a teacher, and name was Leslie Preedy. She was my 8th grade, I guess it was, 8th grade English teacher. Mm. Again, powerful words of affirmation. It's like, just, she took me up on her wing, and because, you know, I wasn't that good, and so she just really worked with me. And to this day, now I was in junior high school, to this day, we keep in touch. You know, she'll send me a message. I mean, just supporting me. And it's just words of affirmation. You know, and she was a brilliant person. Still is a brilliant person. An incredible educator.
Sound like you killed her off.
But, I mean, I don't know if I killed her. But just a sweet soul. Just a sweet soul. And, again, words of affirmation. And which then inspired me to go on further. So,
can I piggyback off what you're going to say?
Yeah, please.
So, you talked about, we're going to back up about
right.
40 sentences that you said.
Okay.
You talked about your mom. Mm-hmm. And you said that your mom always gave you words of affirmation.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm here to say, as far as that goes, mm-hmm. I'm a single mom.
Right.
I got 3 kids. And there is something, and listen, all my single mamas out there, hey, all my mamas who have got marriages at work, hey, it don't matter when you're a mom and you carry these people in your body, or you don't, you adopt them, however you get them, however your baby is your baby. It's your baby. Mm-hmm. You are a mommy, you're a nurturer and a lover and a disciplinarian.
Right.
And sometimes, look, I'm going to get emotional. I'll edit this out.
Why you always give her the announcements?
Because if my voice sounds funny, that's why I say it, Jeff.
Why you get your voice loud all of a sudden?
Because now you made me angry. Because when I get emotional, I get angry.
Why you get angry?
Because I'm hard. I'm hard. I'm a gangster.
I'm trying to get to the why.
I'm going to start crip walking right through this living room.
I'm trying to get to the why.
Shut up. But there is a thing, and I sit there and I think as a mom, am I giving my children enough after, you ground them and make them write 100 lines, or what's the balancing act? I don't know.
Right.
I'm just doing the best I can. And I really, truly believe, you look at Jacoby, Tarek, the only reason I know you, right, is because of Tarek.
Right.
He joined choir. He's 22 now. He was in 9th grade, so what are you, 14 in 9th grade?
I don't know. I guess.
So, 8 years he's known you. Roughly. Right. So, I've known you I've known of you for 8 years. I've known you for 5.
Maybe 5, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway. He always, because you talking about this Leslie woman.
Yeah.
He always saw you as a father figure.
Okay.
He's got a dad. Tarek's got a dad who is a great dad.
Right.
But you can't have too many, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. If he can have 15 people that he looks up to that are great adults that he looks up to and he admires and he sees as a father figure or a mother figure, and if you don't like that term, as just people that you look up to.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. Sidebar. My children ain't going to call anybody else mama.
Okay.
I felt like one time I was going to get arrested at one of your choir things because somebody told my child to call them mama and their last name. Mm-hmm. You pay child support. You going to cut me a check each month. That ain't your mama. I'm his mama. And I don't know you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Anyway, people don't do that. You might get a crazy parent like me. Hold on, my dog has just came in from a walk. And he sounds a little loud. So, we just want to know what the background noise is. If we hear dingling and dangling, it's Brian being excited because he could pull the curtain down to my office. Here he comes. Mm-hmm. Hi, Brian. So, what I'm saying is that it's important to have as many positive people as you can in your life. But then you look at my 6th grader. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say he don't have a dad because he does. He's just in heaven. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not on this planet. He's known you since he was little. Mm-hmm. He don't remember not knowing you because he's known you that long.
Right.
So he looks up to you. Mm-hmm. And tonight he said something to me, and I don't know if you heard it or not, if you paid any attention. He goes, you know how Dr. Redding keeps telling me to make lists? I'm going to do it because I'm going to do better.
Good for him.
Did you hear him say that?
Yeah. No, I didn't hear him say that.
Okay. So, he was on the treadmill.
Right.
He get his workout on because it's too cold for us Floridians to be outside getting our workout on. But he actually said, I'm going to make a list and I'm going to cook dinner and I'm going to eat healthier and I'm going to be more like Dr. Redding is. Because I shouldn't be worried about the dumb things I worry about. And he keeps telling me I can do it. Guess what I do?
What?
I tell him, you're going to write 150 lines because I'm at my wit's end, right?
Right.
Like, why'd you lie to me again? Why didn't you turn the paper in? Why didn't you? Mm-hmm. Why is your socks in the floor? Why are you doing it? Because I'm the mom. Mm-hmm. I'm a mom. Mm-hmm. But you came through. Mm-hmm. Because you can come in and say, hello, we're recording a podcast, and you also get to leave.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But what are you able to do? Give him words of affirmation. I guarantee you, not even knowing right now, he's not me. His love language is words of affirmation, probably second physical touch.
Uh-huh.
Right? So, what is it since your second is words of affirmation?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you need to hear? Like, let's go with your kid for one. What makes you feel good as a good dad from your kid? Brian said, "Do you want me to come tell you?"
That what will make me feel sad? That question again now.
So, physical touch is your third. Quality time is your number one.
Mm-hmm.
Words of affirmation number two. What is it that your daughter says to you that makes you feel valid?
I love you.
Yeah, and there's a difference in the I love you. No. And, all right, I'll talk to you later. Love you, bye.
No, I love you. Yeah.
Like, I love you with intention.
You know, yeah, I love you. She celebrates me. I celebrate her. You know, I'm like, good job, daddy. That's a good job, baby. You know, so.
You know something.
But the thing about it is, it's more so of knowing that words of affirmation, knowing that I am enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am enough. I'm good enough to be a father.
Mm-hmm.
I am enough. You see what I'm saying? DNA, baby. Sorry, you can't get rid of it. You know.
Right. So. Well, I heard her say to you, she's the coolest kid. Like, I love this kid. But she said, and it was subtle. It was subtle.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, look at my daddy acting like he's cool. He is, but he shouldn't act like it. In her own way.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she was clowning you because you all are mean to each other. That's another love language. If being rude to people is a love language, you two got it. It's like rude memes. Yes, sentence. And by rude, I don't mean like actually rude. I just mean like funny. But you can tell she's proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're a good dad. She knows she's loved by you. Mm-hmm. She knows she's loved by you. As a friend, what do you need to hear? Do you think? As like a word of affirmation. I just put you on the spot. I can tell by your face.
I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm reevaluating that.
Fair.
I'm reevaluating that. What I used to think. You know, because it's about loyalty. It's about a lot of things for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and loyalty meaning that just support of each other. You know.
For me.
Hold on for a second. And so now I'm just in now I'm in this phase in which I've been doing a lot of reading and understanding and what's healthy. What's healthy affirmation for friends? You know, associates that you thought were friends and then I realized that what I thought was a friend, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm in a different place now where I'm just kind of reevaluating that. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's an unfair question for me because I do know that about you.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Well, my thing is it's always been, but see, that's always been my issue. When we talk about words of affirmation in the Bible, that's always been my issue of I would have a strong sense of loyalty to others that I would say that are friends that wouldn't be reciprocated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's unfair, you know what I'm saying? And realize that's wrong, you know what I'm saying? So I can't ask words of affirmation if it doesn't come from a sincere spot.
Right. Well, no, here, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace in this moment because you're at a different time in your life now than you were then. And like,
I'm just a different place.
Was it different then this is what I've learned in my walk of this kind of thing, where friendship and that kind of stuff is concerned. For that one thing, I think I got there quicker than you. And my number went from where I wanted to have a bunch of friends to where it's like, I need 2 that are good. I would rather have 2 than 600 that are fake.
Right.
So people often say, you're mean, you're standoffish, I'm none of those things.
Right.
I just see you.
Right.
So, people have said with me and Michelle, for example, I feel like my name should be Romy, but that me and her are complete total opposites.
Right.
She's been my best friend for years.
Right.
We are complete and total opposites.
Complete opposite. Completely.
Religiously, politically, we both have great hair. We both like tattoos. But beyond that, we're total opposites.
Right.
I know exactly where she stands.
Yeah.
She knows where I stand. And we respect that about each other and realize that no single thing defines who we are.
Yeah.
And all the other things besides certain little tiny things make us who we are so we can talk about other things. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And not get upset. It's a good feeling to have that. And my tribe is small. I mean, it's probably not. I've got like 12 people.
But no, it should be. I mean, that 12 people can be small. It should be. I've seen your tribe in action.
This week.
Yeah. So I've seen it. So it's a beautiful thing, and the thing about it is where words of affirmation, and I look back, and I don't know if anybody else has gone through this stuff, and I look back over my life when it comes to my friends, is that I had unrealistic expectations because of how I would respond.
Correct.
So it's like, oh no.
When I went through that, when I had a friend ghost me.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were there for that.
Yeah.
I actually had 2 in that time frame. And at first I was like, it's me. And maybe they didn't like things about me. Yeah. Maybe they didn't. Right. Maybe they saw things in me that made them to where they felt like they weren't enough. Great. Just because of that doesn't mean that I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
Of being a good friend.
Right.
I was worthy of a conversation. I'll have that conversation. I'm not afraid to have the conversation to this day.
Right.
I think I've brought it up on the podcast before. A woman who I will ultimately always have respect for said she unfriended me off of Facebook and quit talking to me because I made her feel guilty because I was positive when she felt like I had been through so much more than she had. And I carried myself in a very positive aspect and it made her feel bad about herself. She literally said that I was so nice and so uplifting that it made her feel like poop about herself. So she unfriended me and didn't want to talk to me anymore. Let me tell you, did it sting a little?
Oh, yeah.
But did it hurt my soul and make me think what happened?
Oh, yeah. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
So it's like, oh. So realize that, a lot of the times, people who aren't giving you words of affirmation, it might be because they just are incapable of it. But also, don't seek it out and don't settle for less because you need it.
Right.
And if your person has words of affirmation as 1, 2, or 3, in a society, I'm going to speak as a woman right now. Men, listen up. Men.
Okay.
All the men.
Okay.
That wasn't a good all the men voice. You could have done 25 different octaves all at one time. Be like, yes. See, I did it. I got you.
Good job.
I just picked up where he let off. If you're, I almost said it's 20 or over. If you're with a person It don't matter if they're male, female. As people age in today's society of Photoshop and plastic surgery,
right,
they're self-conscious about their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Their face, are they pretty enough? Do they look good enough? If your person is a person with words of affirmation, listen. Build them up.
Yeah, but be careful. Words in using and in having words of affirmation that is not used as such a needed thing that you can't stand on your own 2 feet.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because then that becomes that can turn into manipulation, or that can turn into other, codependency. It's you got to be aware of who you're looking for that for, and ask yourself why. Why is this person? Why am I looking for? What does it represent to get support from that person? And it's different. Like I've been there, done that. So it's like, yeah,
been there, done it. What are you
talking about? What I'm saying? So I get it, and and I think for me, when I look back to it, where did it start for me? It started back with my dad. And when I look back hard on it, it was a thing in which words of affirmation, I wanted his approval so badly that regardless of how hard I worked, I didn't really get it. I would get it here and there. It was inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? And I think that drove me a lot. You know what I'm saying? To have other issues. It manifested in other areas, I should say, because I didn't get that consistency until I became older, and I still didn't get it from him like that. But I know he loves me, and I know that he did the best he could. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. But before, I walked around with a chip on my shoulder of needing affirmation. I think that's kind of where it started from. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere up in there. So therefore, when it came to words of affirmation, I needed to make sure that it was a healthy ask, and not an ask to try to heal a wound from long time ago.
Listen,
because it's no one's girl. It's no one's job to heal me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? No.
But don't it feel like it sometimes?
Sometimes
it feels like it's the worst. Because we all live. I'm going to go dark for a minute. I feel like a Tim Burton film over here.
Oh, Lord.
Johnny Depp should play me.
Yeah.
In the life of me. But for real, I believe that there's times, I'll never forget this. And anybody who has suffered a loss of a person that's listening to this, and I know a lot of people will say, like, your mom and your dad. The only people that I've ever talked to that really has got it is widows or widowers. Or parents.
Yeah.
Who's lost a child. Because I think as children, we know we could lose our parents at any time. Aunts, uncles, grandparents. It might hurt and kill you to an extent. And I'm not judging anyone's grief. I don't mean it that way. But what I am saying is this. When Sean died, and he was 30 years old, I'll never forget sitting in my window. It was June, and it was hot, and it was Fredericksburg, Virginia. 2-story colonial, red tin roof. I can still see it sitting in the window. And it was hot, and I remember sweating. And I thought, it's so weird I'm sweating. The things that you think in these moments are so freaking weird.
Right.
That you never think about. I'm here for this, to tell people. Like, people need to know it, though, for real, I think, too. And I sat there, and I saw a car with people I did not know. And this is after his body had been taken out of the house and stuff. So it's like, all of that was done probably by like 9:30. This is like 11.
Right.
But the same day. My girlfriend Chrissy is laying in front of the door of my bedroom to keep people out of my room. Because people believe that you just became a widow. It is now a free-for-all. Let's come talk.
Right.
I haven't talked to you since 1981. It's not time to talk to you. So they've got, like, my girlfriends have got the door barricaded. Brooke, Chrissy, Jacqueline, high five, girls. Best thing you ever did for me.
Right.
And I'm looking out the window, and I'm seeing cars go up and down my street. And where I lived, I mean, I know you've not been to Fredericksburg, but it's like a neighborhood. Like it's a one way in, one way out type of place. Like there's no cut through. You know what I mean? Right. So all of these people who are leaving are probably neighbors that I've never met. And I would see them on the phone because the speed limit was like 15. And then they see like fire trucks in a coroner's van.
Right.
They're slowing down, obviously.
Yeah, they want to see what's going on.
And I'm looking at them and they're like going to Walmart. I mean, I don't know that they were going to Walmart, but you know what I'm saying? They're going on with their daily life. And they're probably on the phone and be like, there's a coroner's van in this house. I wonder what happened. What happened? They had no idea. And people don't realize, like, your 8 Mile story.
Yeah.
Going back to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Eminem. Yeah. But literally what got you to the spot where you're at. Mm-hmm. And when you're talking about, like, what you were looking for, Sean told me before he died, we've had this, so it's a short version, but for Thanksgiving, he just wanted normal.
Right.
He just wanted normal.
Right.
Before that, listen, Thanksgiving stories, I'm not even going to go into a whole nother Thanksgiving story.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is this. I remember, I actually lied, but it's short. My papa, when I was little.
Actually, my papa?
Yeah, my papa. I was little. We'd have to ask my mom.
Right.
Which is my mom.
Mm-hmm. When
this happened. But it was one Thanksgiving. It was the only Thanksgiving he ever came to Kingsport. Mm-hmm. He told me I was fat as a toad. He said, look at you, you're fat as a toad. Mm-hmm. I had weight issues ever since, in my mind. I was like, it hurt my feelings and I cried. And I thought that my daddy was going to knock him into next week. His own daddy. It was my daddy's daddy. And because he called me fat as a toad, and I think it was country. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was rude or not to this day. Like right now, I don't know. But when I was little in Kingsport, I thought I was fat because I was kind of fat. Uh-huh. And that's a question I ask all the time now because I was in my head, if I'm fat, I'm not good enough.
Oh, okay.
And that's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
So, your people, if you love your people, if you look at your person and you think, they look so good.
Tell them.
Tell them. If it's their 5th love language, they still ain't going to be mad at you.
Tell them.
If your kid does something good, tell them. Mm-hmm. Even if they done 400 things bad, you can say, you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this wrong, but you did that well.
Tell them.
Na.
It's the
D-O-double-G.
Yeah.
That's when you say Snoop Dogg.
Okay. Whatever.
I could be Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and still wrap you around Compton.
Okay.
Riot on me. Send me the DMs. It's fine.
Right.
I got one arm in a sling, but one ain't. And I can helicopter this sucker and knock all you people out.
I doubt it.
Give me crip walk. Because I can. You want to see?
They can't see it.
You can.
Okay.
Look. Ready?
Uh-huh. All right. Go ahead on, Crip. Now you got one arm. You don't lose your balance. And boom.
I didn't lose my balance. That was a carpet, sir.
It was a joke. Oh, my goodness sake.
Don't mess with my crip walk.
But back to what we were saying.
We got to go.
No, before that. No, this is good. This is some good stuff. Yeah, we got to go. But words of affirmation are very powerful. And it's wonderful. Just always be aware that when you say you need words of affirmation, you're not using it as a crutch. Mm-hmm. Or use it as an unhealthy tool. You know, all of us needs to and want to be affirmed. And be aware that you're not looking for affirmation in the wrong place or the wrong people. Because if you do, you know, it's hard. You'll fall down. You just pick yourself back up and you keep going. And you learn your lesson, you know. And so just, you know.
Can I give a real life example?
Yeah.
Between the two of us. Uh-huh. One of us cooks and one of us does not.
Okay.
I don't cook, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I can make a good cookie, though.
Okay, good.
Right?
Yeah.
I make a beastly cookie.
Yeah, uh-huh. Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm capable of cooking. The amount of joy I get from it is 0. And that's all we need to talk about that. But when I put forth the effort, and this is the point I'm trying to make. If I put forth the effort and I cook and offer you food, listen, it might not be Wolfgang Puck. I said Polk. Puck. Wolfgang Puck. It might not be that.
Right.
And you don't have to tell me that it's the best food you ever ate. But you can say,
na 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 na.
I mean, honestly, like that can be, that literally can be my words of affirmation now.
Right.
I could just post a picture, start posting, da 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 da, and I'll be like, yes. But for real, you can be like, I really appreciate you taking the time to cook this meal. It's good. Thank you so much. You don't have to say it's the best thing you ever had. You don't have to say it's wonderful.
Right.
It's not going to be the best thing because you've ate at fancy restaurants. And I'm from Northeast Tennessee, just cooking like a meal on the griddle. Right. But you can appreciate the effort and you can acknowledge appreciation of the effort. Right? Like, you are capable of doing that.
Absolutely.
If you're a girl, guys, and let me tell you, all you men who keep talking about women putting on eyelashes and making fun of it, listen, I wear fake eyelashes. There's a lot of people whose fake eyelashes are bad. Mine are not. But I'll punch you in the face, Jeff.
No.
But do you know why we wear fake eyelashes? Because we feel like we look prettier with them.
We sure do.
And you, shut up.
Okay. Oops.
What do you have to do to get ready? This?
She snapped, y'all.
I mean, for real. Like, to get ready, how many times you lay down and put your pants on? Jeff?
What? I don't understand you. You just go.
No,
you go,
I got snap mad.
I mean, you just go off deep end.
If you all see me in public and I got my eyelashes on, tell me I'm pretty.
It's like, okay, like
work went in this.
Okay.
Anyway, what I'm saying. No, but like, for real, there's an effort that is, when you see a woman with makeup on and her eyebrows done and her eyelashes on, she is trying to put her best foot forward. Whether you appreciate it or not, is really neither here nor there.
Right.
If you care about the person, acknowledge it. If you notice something different about your wife when you get home, but you don't know what it is, don't play a guessing game. Just tell her, there's something different about you. You look great. If she does a quiz, what's your answer for a quiz? I ain't taking quizzes.
Pretty much.
I said what I said. I ain't taking a quiz.
I've already graduated.
Yes, with 3 degrees, I'm not taking quizzes. I won on that one time out of like 44. So
that's hilarious.
Anyway, but what I'm saying is this: if you love people, and ladies, we all do it. You know, there's certain times that you can look at the pictures of your people, and you're like, oh, they're just like an average 40-year-old, right? Like you can look at a picture. That you take on your phone that no one's, they didn't post it. You took a picture. They're bending down, picking the kid up. And it's like, okay, they're normal. They're not the sexiest thing in the world. To you, they are.
Right.
Right. I don't want your man. I don't want him. Wanda don't want him. Winelda don't want him. Jolene might. You get it? Jolene. And listen, if you saw what Dolly Parton was packing in that day, Jolene I don't know what she would bring him. Anyway, but there's something that you have that you see. Tell them.
Right.
I'm not saying all the time being like, you're so pretty. If it's me, if you see me, tell me I'm pretty. Thanks. But other people might not be that needy. I'm kidding. But tell them, like, when you look at your person and you see something in them, tell them. Mm-hmm. You know, if you see, I don't know how many women I have been friends with, and they will take pictures of a piece of trash that their partner has left or their child has left and texted it to them and said, look what you left. Or there's toothpaste left in the sink. Mm-hmm. They literally went through the effort to text a picture. And I'll say this. Text them a picture of the toothpaste and say, I am so grateful you are on this planet to leave this mess, and I'm going to clean it up. And thank God for you in that moment. Mm-hmm. One, you'll probably never see toothpaste in the sink again. Mm-hmm. Two, it's going to change the way that you look at that. And that has done a lot for me.
Right.
There's also the power in shutting doors. If things bother you, shut the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's so many things that you think, oh, I can't stand it. I hate the way that they snore. I hate this. I hate that. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what you will hate. When there's no snoring.
Right.
When it's perfectly clean. Mm-hmm. When you left it because it's just you. That's right. And if you don't think that you would hate it, then girl, go. Boy, go. Live your best life. Get out. Just make sure that's what you want.
Right.
And if that isn't what you want, tell them that's not what you want. Build them up while they're here. Right. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My name is Christy Greenberg. You can get me every Wednesday on podcast with my cohort, Dr. Jeffrey Redding, my sidekick, I was trying to make you sound like the second act.
I was listening to you.
What's it called, though?
I don't know.
And can I give just a fun plug? I'm gonna. If you're on Netflix and you have not watched Call of the Midwife, totally obsessed with that show. And me and my daughter are totally using, like, funny British phrases. Except to my people across the pond that might use these daily. They're not funny. They are great, and we use them now. Like,
let the audience hear you speak.
What you mean? Huh? You want me to talk like I'm from England? Is that what you're talking about? Like, you want me to be like, oh, bravo, old broad. Way to come in. Let's put a tin cap on you.
No, I can do it. Yo ho ho.
You can't do it.
I can do it.
He actually messes me up when he starts talking like that because he's not good at it at all. Anyway, though, yeah. But also...
1, 2, 3 to the 4.
If you watch something about the British baking show, I'm watching it right now. I think I want to be a baker. And I hate to cook.
Okay, you can stop now. Thank you. Okay.
I want to be a baker. But they're making foods. I don't know what the words are. They're like, oh, you need to brew the dough. And listen... I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to give you instructions, and then I want you to make the food.
This is Red and British Green, the podcast. So,
nah. Yeah. You're supposed to sing at the end.
No, I will not sing today. But that's okay.
You sing well.
Thank you so much.
I just affirmed you.
Thank you.
How about me singing? You want me to sing at the end?
Yes. Knock it out.
You're supposed to say no, because I don't want to.
No, words of affirmation. No, words of encouragement. Mm-mm. Okay. Well, anyway, so this ends our episode for today. We hope you enjoyed it. You can follow us on all the things.
On Instagram, we don't really do Twitter.
No.
Facebook, as I said, there's not a page, but you can look at our website, redandgreen.com.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, cool.
So thank you so much for listening to us, and we will see you next week on Red and Green,
the podcast. Conversation. What makes you feel good? Work, appearance.